Coming up on this episode of the Girls Group Chat podcast.
I was like, I'm going to treat myself to keeping the beard.
It's like you have to sometimes rein yourself in and be like, you're going to wreck yourself. Even though you feel like you're enjoying it, you are subconsciously burning yourself out.
100%.
Do you know, I think as women, we're trying even harder to prove ourselves, to be like, we can do it all.
There's no prizes for not looking after yourself.
Hello and welcome to the Girls Group Chat podcast with me, Jordan.
Me, Shannon.
Me, Olivia.
And me, Diona.
Have you ever nearly accidentally said someone else's name? I nearly said with me, Diona.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. Honestly, I was just assuming a new identity for
You're
today.
Jordan.
I am. You're right. I am, and I'm glad you're here, especially if you're a Patreon member. Thank you so much for joining us this week. And if you're not on our Patreon already, we highly recommend you join. It's £1 a week, £4 a month. You get a weekly bonus episode, but there's also bonus vlogs that go up. You can join community forums. You get early access to tickets for events, and it's just really, really good crack. We put a lot of work into it, and we'd love you to be there. So join us at patreon.com/the Girls Group Chat podcast.
Or else.
Or
Be there or be square.
exactly. Oh, be there, be square.
I know.
What a great phrase. What
love
90s
using that.
phrase would you love to bring back into circulation?
Your ma.
Oh, I meant
We still
more-
doing that?
Well, sure. But I meant more like you had all that in a bag of potato chips
Oh,
sort of vibes
yeah,
rather
yeah.
than your ma.
Well, if coming from Derry, we all have our own language. Everyone knows that. It's not Irish, it's not English, it's somewhere in between. And I would say things all the time, and Sean's like, that isn't just no. I
What is
refuse to believe.
Give us an example.
Like, you know, we used to always say, I don't know if you said this, if you were laughing or pretending to laugh at somebody's joke, you go, oh, catch my kidneys.
Never heard that in my
As if
life.
like everyone in Derry is watching us going, no one says that.
I'm imagining Derry, like, you know in the Simpsons movie when there's like the big globe that goes over the top of the town? That's you.
You're not allowed out.
Yeah.
Like, it's just whatever's going
It's
on in
its
there is going
own
on in there.
We're
society.
so far from
Yeah.
the motorway, and for such a long we are like there's no point in traveling so far to get on a plain road, you know.
The Glen Shane just cuts you off from society. It's just like whatever happens past that is just whatever happening.
We're in a time warp, but even I can't even fucking think of it now. I should have thought of it before I started this conversation, but we do say lots of things. People are like, that's
But I'm
not
thinking
a
that's
phrase.
also a really clever thing that you could just say to Sean. Like if you just said a phrase wrong, you know, if you
Yeah.
just got it incorrect, and oh, you said that wrong, you're like, that's just how they say it in Derry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You
It's
can get away with that.
Did you ever be on your holidays and like you would be pretending to people that you speak Irish?
Oh,
Do you know
yeah.
when you're with friends and you're all back and snuff and schnoof and nice? I sounded German there, but you'd be like just making up Irish words and they're like, wow, can
Yeah.
we buy you a drink? And you're like, oh, little
You
help.
just speak really, really fast in like a broad Belfast accent. You could
Yeah.
just be slobbering about the person right in front of them. And they're like, what is that language? Gaelic,
Yeah.
shut up.
yeah.
Do you have any fun phrases you'd like to bring back? Like catch me kidneys?
I like slow coach.
Slow
coach.
Or like buddy, like calling people buddy, like leave me alone, buddy.
Slow coach, that's brought back memories.
Like imagine like someone just liking you and being like, leave me alone, buddy. I just like that. That'd be hilarious.
That'll cut me to the bone.
I've
You said,
never-
leave me alone,
Leave
buddy.
me alone, buddy. Yeah, or like calling people a freak. I enjoy that.
Freak.
Like imagine being called a freak.
Now,
I think I
You're
use
a
that all
freak.
the time still.
freaks are different,
What a freak.
have different meanings because there was a group of people whenever we were growing up that their thing, we had like the emos and you had like the chavs, or we
Yeah.
called them Derry louts.
I was going to say dairy freaks.
Yeah, but so my brother was a freak. So he was
Oh.
part of the freak group.
No, would you not label yourself a geek, but people call you a freak?
Freaks and geeks were different.
I think I was a freak.
But I'm saying people didn't call themselves a freak.
did.
Oh, was he freaky, like getting freaky on the weekend?
I hope not. No, they were the freaks. They called themselves the freaks. So they would have wore like
Again, this
the
might just be
baggy
in Derry.
jeans and the chains
freaks.
on the jeans.
We'd have called them like
skaters.
skaters.
But they weren't they weren't skating.
That's all right. Skaters
so they
didn't
were
have
like
to skate.
they were like a splinter group of the skaters.
Skaters
Oh.
gonna skate.
The freaks.
But I'm think like, you know, if somebody like comments something shitty towards you, I just reply being like, you're a freak.
Oh, I love that.
That's it.
I remember they always
Or-
said it in like the American TV shows, like you freak. And I
Yeah.
called someone a freak once, and my mom heard it, and she thought it was really rude, as if I was inferring they should be in a freak show. And she's like, "That's
Yeah.
very problematic." And I was like, "Oh,
Here, do you know what's a good comeback? I know you are, but what am I?
oh,
bring
it
that
used
back.
to drive me nuts."
Bring
best.
that back.
Oh, my friend Logan
know
used to
you're
do it
one of
all
mine.
the time. I know you're one, and I'd be like, "You're annoying." No, I know you're one, and there's no end to it.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna
Just
bring that
goes on.
back.
Or siblings, do you know when you be like really close to their face and you be like, I'm not touching you, you can't get mad. I'm not touching you, you can't get mad. And you be like right in front of their faces.
So
And
irritating.
yellow car, 2 digs.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, bring that
Remember
back.
that one?
Yellow car, 2 digs.
Yeah,
Get
so
the
have you seen
punch.
the yellow card? No. Do you not know this?
Jordan.
Jordan.
I talk about this on stage as well. Punching people when you see a yellow car.
I've never punched anyone.
You've got way too much money.
What?
That's crazy.
When you
That's
see-
crazy. That's like the
or yellow
biggest
car,
tragic
no
game.
hip back. So there's different ways to say it.
Yeah,
I've
many
never hit
I will
anyone
say
for any
though-
colour of a car.
There's a lot of yellow cars about these days. Back in the day, there wouldn't have been a yellow car.
Yeah.
Right? Like now you see a yellow car every 3 cars.
My friend still
You'd
does
have
it to
punched
me.
your friend if a yellow car went past, and then you also did Audie Unlock Me. So
What?
if you
Audie
saw Audie,
Unlock
you did
Me.
a
So
circle like that.
we used to do
and you
mini
had to-
poke.
Mini nip.
Mini
You did.
nip it was, mini nip.
I don't know what the
When you
audio
saw a
one
mini,
is.
presumably.
Yeah, and then Audie Unlock Me, so you had to unlock my fingers like that. You have to unlock them. You have to like.
What does that mean?
You have to
What-
like
I didn't
slide
do
towards.
that
You have to like unlock.
So you're
them.
just nipping people and punching them if a car drove. What if it's a yellow mini? You just assault them.
Yeah,
full
and
on.
this
God,
did
yeah.
happen.
Beat
Yeah,
the shit out of them.
It was like a double whammy.
It was a way of normalising violence. It was
Oh.
a fun time. I take it we all grew up in council estates.
My ma told me when I was a kid that yellow cars were driven by zombies, right? So I grew up thinking
Wow.
that every car was driven by a zombie. And then a girl in my primary school classes, her ma got a zombie car, a yellow car. And I was like,
Oh
we
no.
can't be friends
In
with her
your
anymore. We can't be friends with her anymore. Her family is zombies.
Oh my god, that's
Yeah.
traumatic.
Until I was last week, maybe.
23.
I love the word. I used it the other week, and someone commented in one of my videos, being like, "Oh my god, bring that word back!" And I'm like, "I'm going to cake.
Cake.
Love the word cake.
What's that?
It's shite. It's a Belfast thing.
It's like shit or shite, but it's just a, I suppose, more pleasant way of saying it. But
It comes
like,
from the
don't
Irish word cack.
Don't
Cack.
talk cake. Don't talk Keek. Don't talk cake. Or
it-
that's cake.
The
She's cake.
Irish word for shite is cack.
Yeah.
And it comes from cack. It means cake. Cake means shite.
Oh.
Or the opposite of that is beezer. Oh, it's beezer.
Beezer.
That's
I like that
Belfast
word.
Yeah.
I use beezer now. Beezer's a fun
I
time.
can, you are
You
quite
do.
a beezer.
What does that mean?
User.
Like
Beezer
good?
means great. Oh, it's beezer. I love beezer. Beezer's
Aye,
great.
bring
And that
that
never
back.
went in my house. That stayed.
It's
Do you
like
know what
lethal,
I've-
very culty. I think lethal's a culty.
Lethal is class. Love lethal, love deadly.
Both
class.
culty, I would
But
say.
I've started using cracker because you
Cracker. Yeah.
What's cracker.
Yeah.
I have adapted my vocabulary since being in this group.
Oh, what
Like I say while a lot. That's wild looking.
Dairy
or-
does
Why
rub off
looking-
too in the
Yeah.
country. Yeah.
I said cure the other day.
Cure with a big Q.
Yeah. And I went, oh, like,
Was it yellow?
it surprised me. It wasn't yellow. I didn't have to punch anyone. Thank
She's going to
goodness.
start punching people.
No, honestly, I can't put my finger on exactly what the phraseology is right now, but there's definitely words of all of yours that I've started using.
Do you know the
Thank
dairy
you.
accent? Oh, also, the dairy accent does rub off on people. And I'll give you an example. I lived with the most Belfast girl whenever I was at uni. We were really good friends. We hated each other now. No, we're still friends. But she was also doing a drama degree, and we were both auditioning for some play. And she was in before me. She went in and she did her audition, and she came out to me and she went, they asked me, was I from Derry? At the end of the audition. So she'd spoken for quite a long time, done a monologue, whatever, and they were like, are you from Derry? You've got a Derry twang. And she was like, Jesus, I love we a Derry girl. That is why, because the accent just rubs off on people.
It does, definitely.
It's
It
bizarre,
does,
isn't
yeah.
it?
I lived with a few girls from Derry in uni and definitely going home on the weekends. I'm like, oh, Mum, go get me that thing over there. And she'd be
Yeah.
like,
It's the
Pardon?
rhythm. Dairy
the up and
people
down.
have a rhythm of the way that they speak.
Some say we sing when we speak.
You do.
a
aye.
lovely lilt. to
I
your
noticed
voice.
you saying blade the other week.
Did I? See, I'm
Yeah.
not even aware of it.
Yeah, I noticed you
fun.
saying that.
Some blade.
You were
People
like,
probably
what
listening
do
to
you
the radio
call
now
that
going,
blade?
oh, I'm on the wrong channel. Where's
Yeah.
Jordan gone?
Down country.
And
The on blade. Do you know what? I actually can attest to that. I think I have said
I think
that.
I've heard her saying it a
and
couple times.
Olivia also always says, oh my God, slay.
Oh, yeah.
In text, she's always like slay, and I'd be like, I want like me. I was on Dave Elliott's podcast yesterday, and we were talking about like he has like young guys producing his who are like 21, 22, and he has no idea what they're talking about half the time, right? And he sent me a screen grab of some story online yesterday, and he was like, I don't understand any of the words in this headline. And he was like,
Amazing.
do you? And I was like, no, I don't think this is for our generation. And he was like,
isn't for our eyes.
there's a whole new vocabulary, like.
Maybe Olivia could translate it for us.
I'm
know.
teetering on the edge. Like,
I've just realised I said, oh my God, slay in a video the other day as well.
yeah,
I just want to be so bad.
Slay. But
Yeah.
speaking of the things that we were like, you know, whenever we were kids, that we was, you know, like, oh, you know, I'm touching you, I can't get mad, and all those things when you were kids that you would get so annoyed about. I was walking Winter home, like picking her up from school today, and she was so annoyed that her friend wouldn't let her see her vomit.
What?
she was like talking about other friends. She was all, and she said she was vomiting, but she wouldn't let me see the vomit. And like, Winter's a sadist, like she's so sick. She was like, can I? And like, I was like, let me see your vomit if you're really being sick then. And she just was hiding her vomit on the phone. I couldn't see it, and it's so cheeky.
Mad, the things kids will get annoyed about.
So annoyed about
Maybe
it.
she's just trying to call her out though. Maybe she didn't believe the friend was being sick.
I think that's what it was. I think she was like, and I didn't see it, so I don't know if she was, but she said she was.
I call bullshit. Let me see the vomit. Didn't happen.
But the gear's green and like falling off her chair, and she was like, until I see bulk,
See,
this didn't happen.
in our house, like if Ben has a spot, I'm like, can I please pop your spot, right?
Love it.
And he's like, that's so fucking weird. And then my brother was over in our house the other night, and he lifted up his top, and he was like, pop this spot. You need to look at this spot. You need to look at this spot. And he was like, that is what you like. You've trained him. Because he's like 5 years younger than me. Anytime he got a spot, I was like, I have to pop that, or else people are gonna slag you at school. He'd be like, okay.
They'll see it through your shirt.
From when he was literally like 10, I'm like, sit down. So he's like, will you pop my spot?
But
And
was
I
it
was
a
like,
family thing? Is the rest like, is your parents into pimple popping?
no, it's just like he was like I just like made him do things. Like
He's
made
your
him,
guinea pig.
Prodigy.
yeah, trained him to do stuff like that. Yeah, so that Ben's
No.
like, that's where you get that from, and he allowed you to do it.
Favorite thing is if Ben has an ingrown hair.
Oh Jesus!
Oh my god, and you get the tweezers in and it comes, oh, it's unreal. I said to him one time, my dream night is for him to take loads of sleeping tablets and like be completely dead to the world, and me to have a bottle of Prosecco and a pair of tweezers and pluck every hair out of his face.
Phenomenal.
The joy I would get out of that,
Film it,
like unrivaled.
That's
live stream.
Good.
you would never.
I'd like him to wake up though, like not too many signals. Just
eventually
by the
come out.
way, yeah.
We are so excited that That Prize Guy is a proud sponsor of the Girls Group Chat podcast. If you haven't heard about That Prize Guy competitions, come out from under your rock.
The current competitions are 70k cash, 50k cash, and 40k cash. They give these away almost every single day, and they give away cars such as Land Rover Defenders, Audis Q3, and the most unreal holiday destinations like Mexico.
And you can get in touch for like wedding favours and private event competitions. There's loads of instant win competitions on the website, so you literally enter, and if you like, you just, the money goes into your account there and then, which is obviously class. And you might even join loads of people who are now millionaires thanks to That Prize Guy.
Absolutely class. So go give yourself a chance to win. Head to thatprizeguy.co.uk and please remember to play responsibly. Keep it fun.
You guys already know that we are huge fans of iconic brands around here. Our Olivia recently had her own bundle out with them, and everyone went mental for it. It's one of them brands that just get it whenever it comes to getting that flawless glow.
We love it. And they also just released their own skincare range, which is unbelievable. It is so hydrating. It leaves your skin so well prepped for the week ahead, whether you're doing a fresh layer of tan, whether you're going out with the girls, or having a makeup free day.
It feels luxurious without having that luxury price tag. It's affordable, it's accessible, and it's also an Irish brand, so it makes you feel extra good about picking that up.
And because you're part of our Girls Group Chat gang, you can get 30% off everything at iconicbrands.ie using our code, which is Girls Group Chat 30. Stock up on your favourites and you can glow all year round.
But the joy of tweezing a hair to your own face is 10 times that.
Here. See the bristle you get in your chin. I don't know if you guys are at the bristle stage of life over there, but mine doesn't grow gradually. It just appears one day. Like I will have nothing one day, and I check all
Like
the
a
time in
daffodil.
a magnifying mirror because I love plucking out the bristle. And then one day it'll just be like down to my knee, and I'm like, whoa, it's time to get it out.
Same.
Love it.
Do you ever get a wee random? I get like two random hairs, real long hairs, one here and one here, like one in the middle
No
of my
way.
forehead, a long like a hair, but it's the same thing. Like
I'm so
I'll
jealous.
just wake up and I'll look in the mirror and I'll turn a certain way, and it's like
Class.
It's like white.
Yeah,
Weird.
I get loads of them, and I'll
There.
get some really long ones too. And sometimes I look in that magnifying mirror and I'm all, I cannot believe I had conversations with people today. I have a full grown beard here.
I know,
I have
I
a
know.
I am Hagrid right now. I've had to talk to people. I've been at the school run like Hagrid.
You're one from the Eurovision.
And I went and tried laser hair a few weeks ago, and I did like the first session with it. And I went down and the guy was like, "There's no hair there now." And I went, "Oh no, I plucked it off the other day, but you don't have to have the hair there to do the thing." And she goes, "But you've pulled out the follicles by tweezing it." And I was like, "Oh,
Yeah, you have to shave it.
I should have known about
The
that."
laser. Yeah, no,
should
you're
have
not
told
told
me.
in advance.
Yeah.
But yeah, then you're like, oh darn, I'll just have to let it grow back again.
And then, do you know what? I was going to get my second session done, and then I didn't bother just because I couldn't go anyway. And also, I was told that because my hair is naturally light, that I'm not a good candidate
same
for
as
it
me.
anyway. So I actually just, they're like, but actually the chin hairs are a bit darker, so that might work. And then the other day, this is so sick, I decided I would keep the beard as a wee treat because I enjoy tweezing it.
oh,
I hear you.
my God.
I was like,
No, I'd be
maybe I'll just
devastated without my
I was
bristle.
like, that's the wee bit of satisfaction I get in the day is going to the kids. They're downstairs, they're having their dinner, and I'm all, Back in 5. Way up to the ensuite mirror.
No, it's a good day. The day
Fluorescent
the
lighting
bristle
on.
appears, you're like, oh, I can have a whale of the time.
Ah, you
I
got-
like picking it out and like poking it in the back of my hand, seeing how firm it is. And all.
Exact. I do that too because mine's are razor sharp.
Yeah, it's like a thorn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm
You
just
need
like,
your head checked.
Probably need a hobby, to be fair.
if I took that away from myself, what else?
What would
I
you be living
have?
for? Yeah, exactly.
What I have to look
2
forward
kids
to?
and a husband, whatever. What's life without the bristle?
What's my favorite bristle?
I hear ya.
Sometimes I'll be on stage and I'll go like out there. Oh, and I'll find one. And I'll be like, well, that's what I'm concentrating on the rest of this gig.
Yeah. Oh, nothing worse than being in public and going, it's back.
Yeah.
And there's nothing you can do. And I've tried with the nails. I've tried with
Oh.
like various apparatus, unless you have tweezers.
And you've got that.
Don't know what apparatus.
Yeah, fork.
Pliers.
But you've got that sharp hair and you're out in public and you have to just like spend most of the time going, and then you don't get it and you're all, yeah, what were we saying? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh.
And you're all, yeah, no, I agree. 3 o'clock's a good time. And you're just constantly trying to pull at it and your nails are so bendy, they're not doing the job.
Do you know when people say to us in the podcast, like, I felt really seen when you talked about da-da-da? I feel so seen right now. I'm so glad this is a shared experience.
I just thought everyone was at this.
No.
Just you and I.
Comment below if you
I don't
also
think
enjoy
I'm
your
at the
bristle.
chin hair stage.
Oh,
maybe now I'm. Maybe
it's all
now
ahead of you, gal.
No, I love tweezing in between my eyebrows. I don't get my eyebrows done. I do just tweeze them myself. But maybe now I'm 30.
Maybe.
Who knows?
No, do you know what I did think after I said to myself? I was like, I'm going to treat myself to keeping the beard
Fucking hell.
so I can enjoy the tweezing experience from time to time.
Picturing your woman from The Greatest Showman.
No, that's what I was thinking.
This is me. But also I was like, well, what's going to happen when I'm a really old woman and I haven't got the eyesight to see my hair anymore and I can't tweeze my beard and then I forget about the beard.
You're like
And then
Santa?
I've just got the full beard and do like, I'll forget I have it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but by
you'll not
then,
know.
slay. You'll
No,
be
I
loving
know.
the beard.
But then I was like, poor Sean's going to have to tweeze the beard then and I don't think that guy would be up for it.
If he can't love you and your beard,
Fuck him.
literally divorce him.
Sean, if you're listening, your days are numbered.
Here, do you remember your girl on Big Brother used to tweeze her armpits?
Oh, no.
Oh,
On TV, she would
No.
go into
Oh,
the garden.
just the pain.
That'd
No.
be wild sore.
I was she'd go into the garden. That was Kinga with a wine bottle.
Very different scenario.
She would go into the bathroom and sit and tweeze her armpit hair.
Ouch. No, never. No, thank you.
I mean, they wouldn't grow back as fast, would they?
Oh, it's probably smart, but ouch.
Wax them.
I know.
I'd be sore, like.
I also feel like I'd get vertigo, like looking around.
Aye.
Sore arm.
Intensely. Yeah, like I'd go cross-eyed.
But there's a real thin threshold. The pleasure pain thing.
Yeah.
People love the pleasure pain thing because there's a really thin threshold. I know it's something to do with your brain. Sometimes it confuses the pain and the pleasure. But like if you
This episode's taking a weird turn.
no, I know. But like that is painful,
I
but
don't
an
think I have
enjoyable
that.
pain.
I don't think I have that.
The
All pain
pleasure.
is sore.
Because you're normal.
I know it's but like that there, like squeezing a spot, that's sore.
But I,
it's
I
the
like
release.
to do it on someone else. I
Not
don't
on
like to do it on
yourself?
me, No, no.
Oh, jeez, I love doing it on myself.
Oh, see, when I get an ingrown hair, it's a good day.
Oh.
This
No.
podcast.
An ingrown hair, I've really fucked myself up before.
Well, true. Yes, you must be
Fiddling and
careful.
tweezing. Next thing I have a cut that lasts for about 6 years.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Tweeze carefully and responsibly, please. And don't be afraid to be bearded. Don't worry.
Yeah, this is us.
Yeah, right. Everybody, after 3, let's sing The Greatest Showman from start to finish. Have you noticed, though, in the last couple of weeks since you turned 30, obviously you haven't quite got the bristle yet. Anything else in your life taking a rapid decline? Have you got a sore back by sneezing yet or anything like that? Are you still at that point where you can like just stand up without making a noise and all?
No, I crack all the time, but
Okay.
I always have. And I have that thing, what do you call it?
Oh, no.
Hypermobility.
Hypermobility.
Yeah.
So like my body is always kind of doing weird
Creaking
moves
and cracking.
noises. Yeah, so I've always kind of had that. I also had arthritis for years, so
Do not stop. Can you get rid of arthritis?
yeah. I don't think I've ever talked about this before. No.
No.
Can you cure arthritis?
What do you mean you just dropped that you had arthritis, like, in the
Yeah,
conversation?
yeah.
What do you mean?
So I was 15. I used to dance competitively. Was in excruciating pain to the point where we used to go to Dublin. I was coming home and we stopped in. I don't know if it was the Apple Green at the time, whatever it was. And I was like collapsing in pain. I was so excruciating pain. And my mum tried to put me in a bath when I got home. And the water was hurting me. I was in that much pain.
babes.
And my mum was like, oh my goodness, like, we're going to have to take her to the doctor. So got an emergency appointment the next day. They done bloods. And I was meant to be in for an asthma review on the Wednesday. So, like, they'll be back by then. We'll just do it all in one thing. My mum got a phone call on the Monday night saying, you need to bring Shannon down to surgery tomorrow morning. My mum obviously freaked. And she said, to be honest, I thought they were going to say cancer, leukemia, something because of your pain levels. and they wouldn't tell her over the phone. She didn't sleep a wink all night.
Jeez.
And then they went down and says they found very high levels of arthritis throughout Shannon's body.
What?
So it's called juvenile rheumatoid arthritis. So by the time I then got referred to Musgrave, got injections, all different stuff. One of the first people I seen in Musgrave, they were the ones that told me you have to stop all sport, all dancing, everything immediately because you're going to end up in a wheelchair by the time you're 20. And that's probably a lot of what contributed to me putting on weight so fast as well during my late teens.
This is such a backstory.
Holy shit.
I don't know. I
crazy.
don't think I've ever spoke about this. And then by the time I got to like the highest consultant in Musgrave, it was a lady. She was so lovely. She was like, at this point, I'd gained a lot of weight and my pain was probably worse because of that as well. She was like, why were you ever told to stop dancing? And my mum was like, she was told she was going to end up in a wheelchair. And they were like, she should have been told to do things to her abilities and never stop everything instantly.
Yeah.
At that point, you're like a few years down the line. There's no way you can go back competitively dancing. Just no way. And they were, at that point, they were like, we think this could be a hormonal, as I say, juvenile rheumatoid arthritis, and hopefully by the time Shannon's hormones have leveled out, this could all completely reduce. And by the time, I think just after my 18th birthday, my arthritis levels were 0.
Oh my God.
That's crazy. I've never heard anything like that before.
Maybe stopping dancing helped then. You just don't know.
God knows. I think it is. I think it's to do with your hormones and stuff. And they said I could go the rest of my life with 0 levels of arthritis ever again, inflammation, anything in my body, or I could get it. It's just complete 50-50.
Do you ever deal with resentment though that you were told to stop dancing? So one, it was something that you enjoyed, but also the fact that you then gained weight and then that caused struggles for you. Do you resent that you were told, or do you not think about it because you were so young?
Probably, yeah. As in probably a wee bit of resentment because I know how much I was even when I danced, I was still overweight. Like I was still the bigger girl. And then that just got so much worse to the point I was obese. And that was probably the one thing that kind of was keeping me fit. And I also was a big sports player. I love sport as well. And I just had to stop it completely.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I just never really talked about that before.
And did they ever say, oh, these are the things you should avoid that could trigger it coming back?
No. It was just
Live your life.
That's it. I don't even think I've ever had... I think it just got discharged from it was Musgrave is the like... What do you call them? And like bones and all that. Musgrave Hospital. But yeah, it was really, really bad. I'll never forget the pain. Like it was really, really bad. It was agony.
Do you know what? I think unless you or someone who's very, very close to you has a condition, you don't know all that much about it. Like arthritis, for example, I didn't know there was. This is gonna sound
Different
so ignorant. I
types?
didn't know there was like pain associated with it. I thought it was like old ladies getting quite sore hands or like it's not easy to pick things up. I didn't know it was like that full excruciating body
like,
pain.
my whole joints and everything were like swole up, and we kind of seen it coming for a while because obviously I was dancing and there was like weird things happening in my knee. So like I was going to sports massages and they were like, oh, like give like a floating knee, and they were fixing things, but it was so painful that it was like this. I don't think
Can't
it
be
should be
right.
this bad. But that was like the final breaking point was the night that I collapsed in pain.
Jeez.
And as mum, you put to soothe your muscles, you always go in a hot bath, and my mum had to lift me out of the bath because I was like the water.
It's not
is
the muscles,
hurting
it's
me.
the bones. Yeah.
It's really, really bad. So
Yeah, my mum has arthritis in her arm, and hers is like stented up, so she has like she wears a permanent like sleeve of a glove thing, and it's like so it just gives her what I call it like support on her arm. She's recently got these things, and I actually cannot get over these like
lumps
in her middle of her hands, and so her middle fingers
go closing in.
are turning in.
My granddad got his all opened back up again in one hand, but they only done the hand, his right hand, because he got really embarrassed when he tried to shake people's hand.
Aye.
So she got he got his opened up again.
These just came out of nowhere. These big lumps, right? Like stigmata backwards, right? Outwards, these big lumps. And I've been told that they will eventually pull your fingers, and I guess my mum's fingers are going in, I guess now she'll eventually lose the ability to use both hands. And they will not operate on them until they're at the furthest point, frozen in like this, where she's like this all the time, like a fucking punk rocker.
What?
Aye. And I looked into it, and it was like, I don't know if it's because NHS doesn't want to waste surgery on someone's fingers or here, because then it might come back and then they'll have to do it again.
And it does come back, because the one my granddad got his hand done on, like fixed his is back down again.
Like, that is insane.
That's crazy.
Insane. They'll just be like, yeah, we'll just wait until you completely can't wipe your own hole and then we'll fix your hands.
Mental.
Isn't that
That's
mad?
mad. I didn't even know that.
I've never seen it before in my
No, me
life.
either.
And they just came out of nowhere, and she's like, yeah.
And it's also like the pain, it's similar, we've spoke before, like endo, it's like hidden pain, and there's so many different types of arthritis that I didn't know about, 'cause my mum has osteoarthritis.
Yeah.
I can't even
Osteoarthritis.
say them.
Osteoporosis.
And then there's rheumatoid, and there's so many different types. And I was a young girl. You never would have looked at me. I was just a young, overweight girl also. So it wouldn't have been, oh, you know, you're overweight because this just happened to you and you've had to cut all activity out of your life, and you're also suffering with a lot of pain and not being able to walk a lot of the time. I actually had a crutch at a stage.
God love you.
But you wouldn't have looked at me and knew that was going on because it's not visible.
Yeah.
Isn't it so mad? That is the case with every single person you walk past in the street. You don't know who's dealing with like chronic pain or like an illness or an injury, or who's mentally struggling with stuff, who's mentally ill, who's suffering a bereavement, who's just stressed. Like, you actually have no idea what's going on with the person beside you unless
Totally, Jordan.
they verbally tell you, which is why I always err on the side of being like probably overly nice to people, because I'm like, you might be having a really shitty day, or like I try to be I'm not patient internally, but I'll always try to like show people grace and be patient to their face at least, because I'm like, you might be having a really bad day, doesn't matter that I am as well, I'll try and be nice to you, but like you just
I
don't
have
know.
this like existential like feeling and it overwhelms me when I think about everyone has a whole world.
Oh, same. It
And
freaks
like,
me out.
you just walk past them in the street and you're like, you're going to a whole life
Yes.
that I
Yes.
have never seen. And every single one of us have a whole world.
Yeah.
It's like different dimensions on top of each other.
Yeah.
We're all living in
Different characters.
It's-
Because
exactly.
you're the main character in your story, and
Yeah.
they're the main character
everyone's
in
the
their
main
story.
character. Like someone to walk past, they're an extra in my story, but they
Yeah.
are Jennifer Lawrence in theirs.
Yeah.
I never think of it more than when I'm in the airport and I'm like,
Oh,
I know
yeah.
why I'm here on a Wednesday afternoon, but what are you all doing? Is it business, pleasure? What on earth business do you have in Leeds on a Wednesday at 4 p.m? Do you know what I
know.
mean? Like,
Yeah.
and airplanes are full all the time. Like, all airplanes going everywhere from every airport. It's like, what are all these people doing?
I know.
What's their
crazy.
journey after this? It would blow your mind if you thought too much about it.
I even think
Yeah.
about it sitting in traffic. I
Yeah.
couldn't go,
Where's
where are
everyone
you
going?
going?
Where are you going?
Do you know I'm sitting in traffic? I'm always that one here's going, you're not in traffic. You are traffic. Do you know when everyone's like,
Whoa.
fucking bastard in traffic trying to get somewhere? And it's like, you're not in traffic. You are traffic.
Right now,
'Cause they
you
were-
actually are
That's-
traffic.
I've never heard that.
Oh.
Mind
'Cause
blowing.
I saw that thing, and I'm not going to explain it very well, but I'll give it a go, like years ago. And Sean and I talk about it regularly. It's about, you know, you leave your house first thing in the morning to sit in traffic for ages, to go to a job that possibly you hate, to be there 9 hours a day, to pay for the house that's empty all day because you're there working, to pay for the car that you spent sitting in to get to the place, to pay for the car that you sat in to just get there. And it's like the job is paying for the car just to get to the job, and the house that's sat empty whilst you're at the job. And it's so weird. It's like if you didn't have the job, you know what I mean? Like,
Yes,
I know.
what is society?
it's like a loop. It doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't.
And then people are so like burnt out and stressed out
Yeah.
and having to like work all day to pay for the things that they can't use because they don't have the time because they're working all day.
Yeah. Do you know what I'd be wild
Whoa.
guilty of? Like not enjoying a moment enough, or feeling like then guilting myself into thinking like, am I enjoying this enough?
Yes.
Like I would be really worried about like our live show. Thinking like I need to enjoy this, but then I'll be panicking about it the whole way up to it, and then I'll be after it, I'll be like guilty that I didn't enjoy it as much as I should
Totally.
have.
Yeah, because you'd be in that position
Yeah.
on stage doing our live podcast and you'll be working.
Yeah.
Because you'll be like, okay, we need to get through these things. We've spent a lot of time planning it.
Yeah,
you know,
you're
we've
like, this
paid
is the
for
next
lots
thing.
of stuff. These is the protocol of the night. And then on another personal level, you want to enjoy it. Like
Yeah.
it's a
Yeah.
night
Such an
out.
important
Yeah.
thing.
That's like the Sunday social
a big
recently.
thing.
So like at the start, I was like, right, I hope we all look nice and everyone's like having a great time whenever we walk out. Right, then it's the music bingo and I need to make sure that goes okay. And then, right, have we got people for you're
Yeah.
ticking everything off as it goes along. And I said to you about 3 days later, it's only just dawned on me that we even did that.
I know.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
know.
it was all a blur. And as you say, I have that guilt all the time of not being present in the moment. Whilst I'm in the moment, then being like, make sure you enjoy this. This is a moment.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then
yeah,
that's all
yeah.
you're thinking about.
Yeah. I'm like, am I actually enjoying anything? Like,
But you know
what is this
why?
simulation?
Because our level, because we're on a dopamine roller coaster all day. Like whether it's, you know, from screens and from consuming content, or even like the shit food we eat, and that we all eat too much, like most of us eat too much sugar. And it's like you're just up and down, up and down, up and down all day. And I most of us are the same, and I know I am. I can't sit still for too long because I'm just like every second needs to be filled. Do you ever see an older person on a bus? They're just sat there with
sitting there.
themselves, looking out the window, or on a train. They're just sat there. I was flying back from Lanzarote. My man and dad raw dogged it. Raw dog the whole journey. 4.5 hours they sat there looking around them. I couldn't fucking believe it. My kids had tablets the whole time. I was watching Ed Gein Monster. Sean was watching football, whatever. We were like watching stuff, or else like, you know, catering to the kids or doing things. And my man and dad were just looking around them. They hadn't. I said to my daddy, would you not have downloaded something on your phone to watch? And he was like, I would not know how to do that, nor do I need it.
I think I said that to you
Imagine that.
a few weeks ago when I was flying home from London. And I was like on my phone playing my wee game, listening to ASMR, having a ball. And the girl next to me was just sitting like this. And I was like, what's she looking at? And the whole flight again, looked at nothing. She didn't have anything in her ears. She wasn't reading anything. She wasn't watching anything. She just sat there.
Yeah.
Freaked me the fuck out.
Isn't
I
that
was
amazing?
like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
But then I think you said you would sit and look around you a wee bit. Maybe you didn't.
I flew
Have I
the whole
imagined
way
this?
home from Nashville. I didn't watch anything or listen to anything
What do
Did you
you
sleep
mean?
for 9 hours.
Were you sleeping?
I went to sleep for a while. Woke up and just looked around. But also, I did a wedding the other week in Calvert Castle, and I didn't listen to any music or anything the whole way down, the whole way up,
No, I don't listen to music
because
in the
my
car.
brain was at capacity. I was like, I just need an hour of no noise.
Now,
I
also,
thought of nothing the whole way
let's
down.
remind ourselves, Olivia doesn't have a constant narrative. She doesn't have thoughts in her head. So you can sit, whereas I need to get away from my thoughts.
Yeah,
I need to
that's
stop.
fair.
Or I'll just sit and do lists, or I'll just sit and plan things, or worry about things, or overthink about things that I said. So I do need to escape that. And also just because I'm addicted to my phone and all that sort of shit. But
then
I think
I
you're
think-
better than that.
But then I think
better than me.
I think you can then handle chaos probably more than I can. Like if I'm busy, my brain is at capacity really quickly because I'm not used to having so many thoughts at one time. So if I'm constantly busy, like I need to like just have no anything.
I am addicted to chaos.
Yeah.
I absolutely thrive in a chaotic environment. I seek them out. I love it. And I think it's because we live in a world where we glorify the busy woman.
We do.
It's like, it's, you know, do a million things at the one time and you'll be praised for it.
And I hate being busy.
I absolutely love it. And I
love it.
hate it simultaneously.
I hate it and love it.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
too.
If I look at a week where my diary is like there is something morning, noon, and night, and I'm running from this thing to that, and I barely have time to unpack one bag before I'm picking an outfit for the next day, and by the end of the week I'm ready to like totally collapse. I'll look at it and be like, I have such a hectic week coming up, and like sort of
Secretly
verbally,
buzz off it.
but I'm also like, this is gonna be fucking great. Like
Yeah.
I love bouncing from one thing to the next because I thrive off that chaos, that adrenaline. I'll complain about it and I'll be knackered and I'll be like totally ready for the hills by the end of it. But in a week where I don't have so much in my diary,
Melted.
I'm like, what should I be doing? I really ought to be
yeah.
doing something right
It's
now,
hard
and then
to
I'll
get the
create
happy medium.
more jobs for myself, you know.
That's it. Like on Sunday past, we had like the day free to do whatever, and we spent the whole day gutting out every inch of our house. And I have like 3 skips worth of shit in the backyard, and got to that night time on a Sunday. And Sean was like, "You couldn't just have a Sunday. You couldn't just sit around on Sunday." I said, "Oh, that ain't my style." Like, but this is the thing as well. It's like, do you know, as a woman and as a mum, I'm applauded for being a working mum all the time. Oh, you working? You have kids? No man has ever applauded for being a working dad.
Never.
Working dad isn't even a phrase we use.
It's not a term. Like,
It's not a term. Working mum is a term because it's like, oh, you straddle both those worlds because people assume you do both full time, which I don't. Like, I don't have my kids full. Like, Sean has the kids when I'm working. You know, they're not coming with me to all my jobs, but nobody praises. Like, nobody would ever say to Sean, "Where are the kids in the night?" You know, but I'll get asked that all the time if I'm at a gig or an event or whatever. Where's the kids? You're like, well, they're dad, obviously, but when he's out and about or he's at something, nobody would ask him. And I always think that's like it's like a weird thing. It's almost like a patronising thing too. And people applaud a working mum. It's like, well
Yeah.
done you.
as if like
still
you've
enjoying
made
your,
it through. Like
Aye.
you are the 1% kind of vibe. Like
well
that.
done you for remembering that you're also allowed to have a
Yeah.
career whilst you have kids, and don't make anyone you feel bad about it. And you're like,
It's ridiculous.
It's so patriarchal.
It's a knock on from like the old way society used to be, where it would have been unusual for a mum to go back to work, but like not only has the terminology not updated, but people's attitudes and the actual like the whole division around being a working mum, like it is so weighted against women for going back to work. The cost of childcare,
Yeah.
the fact that you are still expected, whether personally in your own home or just societally, to be the one doing school pickup and doing the school parties and school lunches, and you're expected to be here, there and everywhere, showing up as a mum,
Yeah.
but still to be a boss babe.
Yeah.
It's absolutely crazy.
And because it's still the disparity in the like the gender pay gap.
Yeah.
If it's a man and woman in a relationship, they would sit and look at the wages and go, well, usually the man earns more in most traditional households. So one of us goes back to work. Which one's it going to be? The one that makes us afford more.
Even the term working mum implies that women who are stay-at-home mums don't work.
Oh, I know.
Do you know what I mean?
Oh, I
like,
know.
it is such hard work to be a mum.
Yeah.
So even the term, like, you're a working mum.
Yeah. All mums are
Just
working.
means, like,
Yeah.
all mums working all the time. Like,
It should be
fucking ridiculous.
It should be a mum who has a second job.
Literally.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
Double jobbing.
Yeah,
Like,
you're
doing the
exactly.
double.
Yeah.
And my sister,
So to
for
speak.
example, she said she really, really would love to go to work, and she actually would love to go back and study, and she simply can't. She genuinely can't. She looked at so many different options and ways to do it, and she just
Doesn't make
couldn't
sense.
do it. As she's a single mum, yes, my niece's daddy is, you know, very good, but she physically couldn't do it, and she would absolutely love to. So that is common for a lot.
And
of
then what
women.
happens is realistically, by the time a lot of women can go back to work, it's whenever kids are in school till like 3 or 4 o'clock. So like maybe it's like realistically by the time they're about, you know, late in primary school, and then you might have been 8 years out of work, and then your skills are not updated the way that other people in the workplace are. Your last job was 8 years ago on your CV. It's much harder to get back in.
difficult to even
Get
get a
social
job.
anxiety, workplace anxiety, all those things.
The way technology is advancing so rapidly, and you're expected to be clued in on the newest, latest form of social media and technology and editing and whatnot in every single business, I would fear taking a month off work.
I know.
I'm going on
Yeah.
holiday at the time of recording. I'll be on holiday, or the time this airs rather, but I'm going on holiday in a couple of days. And I'm so stressed at the opportunities I'll miss because I am refusing to monitor my emails when I'm away. I need to go and switch off. And I think if Ben sees Outlook open on my phone, he'll throw my phone in the sea, to be honest with you. He's like, please switch off. But I'm like, what will I miss out on while I'm away? As much as I can set my out of office to like, please bear with me, I will respond to you when I'm back in literally 10 days.
Yeah.
The thought of switching off, potentially losing business, not being on top of like my A game for what's realistically a very short space of time in the grand scheme of life, I find incredibly stressful.
Yeah.
So I don't know how people take time off work without
years.
huge anxiety of going back, whether for a month, a couple of months, a year, 10 years, whatever. Like, you must feel so left behind in such a fast-paced society where everyone also is doing everything. Maybe it's the industry that we're in, but I feel like everyone now is, speaking from my industry, for example, a DJ and a host and a social media content creator and a podcaster and a model and a photographer and a videographer. Like, everyone has so many strings to their bows, and it's like, oh, no one's going to miss me if I'm not available for the job. There's 5,000 other people who can do it now.
And that's what I think about most workplaces too, is the fear of you taking time off or taking maternity leave or taking holidays or whatever it is. And actually, it's not even just in the self-employed world. It's in most jobs,
industries.
where people are like, I will be replaced like that,
So
because
replaceable.
everyone, unless you're Beyonce, is replaceable.
Yeah.
But
She's
that's
irreplaceable.
what's so sad, because
Wow.
that's what leads to burnout, because you're not allowing yourself to switch off in fear of missing an opportunity, missing, or someone taking over, someone taking over you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that is what leads to burnout.
To pure exhaustion.
You were saying earlier about being addicted to chaos, and I think I'm similar to that, but that's the type of person that's most prone to burnout. Because I'll give you an example. The other day I texted you and I was like, oh, I have 8 brand deals to do in one day, and at the start of the day I was like, oh. In the middle of it, I was loving it. I was like, I am beating through these, and it's that feeling of intrinsic reward of like, tick, tick, tick.
Dopamine.
Yeah. I'm doing this, and then at the end of the day, I was like, I should never do that. That's actually not good. That's a lot of work and a lot of mental brain power. Obviously, people are like, you're just making videos. You know what goes in.
Oh, no,
behind the
100%,
scenes
yeah.
to, you know, briefs and everything. And I was like, that's actually not good to do that, even though I enjoy the feeling of it. Because if I do that too often, that is what leads to burnout, and eventually also losing inspiration and wanting to do them things. So it's like you have to sometimes rein yourself in and be like, you're going to wreck yourself. Even though you feel like you're enjoying it, you are subconsciously burning yourself out.
100%.
Do you know what that's like? And it's like when somebody goes to the gym and they go hell for leather, and they're sore for a week and they can't go back to the gym for the rest of the week because they've done too much in the one go.
Yeah.
Or if you've done much, much less, you didn't wake up sore the next day, you could go the rest of the days of the week and benefit way more from it because you took it slow and steady.
You're caring for yourself more.
You're just like pacing out your stuff, whereas we throw and the whole world does it. You throw yourself full throttle at everything all the time where you're spinning and it's too much and you then you just lose your shit. But because I'm like a philosopher now, is it Abraham Lincoln? There's like this quote where there's a quote where he says about if I was given 6 hours to cut down a tree, I would spend the first 4 hours sharpening the axe. So it's putting in the slow preparation that makes the actual thing I have to do much easier. And I am guilty of the opposite. Like, I don't even have time I don't spell check anything. All my emails and texts don't make sense. People have to decipher what they all say. Like, everyone, my agent, no, it's the worst. My agent texts me, but I've had to figure that out, but I get it now. Or like my best friend is like, I love getting a text, I guess. Like, because it's a mess all the time. I'm like, my brain is going that quick. And I'm just like, and like, if I see Sean in emails from like work stuff and they're using to your power, looking at going, what has she said to a company that we have to work with? It doesn't make sense. Because it's just all too fast, too quick. And if you learned to like put in like the slow preparation or build the foundations of something rather than throwing yourself at it full throttle, you'd benefit from it. The slow and steady approach. And also
yourself. Because even there tonight, there's emails there that technically are urgent. They technically are. But realistically, is anything going to change if I wait until
tomorrow morning? No.
But I'm still going to do that tonight.
Oh, same.
They're not even going to see it to tomorrow morning. But because I just have that desire to get it done and tick the box, I'm going to sit up tonight and do it.
I just think that's the world telling us that we're like, it's the fucking boss bitch thing you were talking about a minute ago. It's just like the world tells us like, and I think as women, we're trying even harder to prove ourselves to be like, we can do it all. You don't need to rely on a guy. I can do the job. And you're so eager to impress and whatever you're doing.
I think as well, what we all do now to relax and unwind is actually the opposite of relaxing and unwinding, looking at your phone in your own downtime when you should be, taking a moment and a breather and watching something mindless on the telly, for example. Instead, what we're doing is scrolling and seeing people who are prettier, more successful, more wealthy, working harder.
Are you watching my Instagram?
just constantly looking at Diona going, wow, I wish I was her. But so much content is either people telling you you're not working hard enough or you're not working out hard enough or you're not looking well enough. But also, and not to disrespect anyone on social media because we know it's real work and there's a lot that goes into it. But as someone who works a 9 to 5, say you're maybe looking going, oh, like all that person does is make videos for a living and they're living in a mansion and they're living way, way better than me. Maybe I should be doing that. So it makes you feel shit about yourself and your lot in life because someone who's doing something that you think's maybe easy, or whether you think it's easy or not, you're still seeing someone on your screen who's doing way better than you are. And this is while you're trying to relax and decompress after a hard day's work. You're just looking going, oh, well, now I feel really shit about myself.
Melting your brain.
It's something I'm really conscious of lately because I get a lot of messages from mums being like, how are you, like, you're working so much and you have 2 young kids, like, I'm wrecked, how are you doing all that? And I'm so conscious that I don't want to portray to anyone that I am doing either of those things very well or that I have all my ducks in a row. I'm absolutely exhausted and also not doing brilliant jobs at any of those things. I don't want anyone looking in going, oh God, she's doing really well and also has 2 kids. Like, what's the secret? Okay, I'm exhausted as well, just as much as you are, and you're doing great too. And I just don't want anyone comparing themselves, as you say, to what you see online. Like, that's the funnest product of something that, whatever, I would hate the thought of any mums at home being like, oh fuck's sake, I can't believe she's able to like do loads of work and have kids at the same time. Can you really have it all? I'm like, no, actually you can't have it all because it's all difficult and it's all exhausting, and I don't want you thinking that I'm it's not exhausting and it's not difficult or whatever, like that it's made to look easy, and I don't want anyone comparing themselves either, And
everyone's only showing their highlight reel, and I know that's
nobody has it all
thrown about so much on social media, but it is so true. People don't say, even with this podcast, for example, like I'm not trying to make it sound like we're really hard done by, but just it's obviously my lived experience. The hours of admin and discussions and non-stop messages, we are in contact nearly 24/7, pouring into this. And yes, you see the nice shiny events and this fun weekly podcast and stuff like that, but there's a lot that goes into it. And I almost wouldn't want people to know that, because I wouldn't want to be like, you should be working this hard all this time and doing all this stuff. Sometimes we'll do like, we come to work with us vlogs if it's a hectic week that's kind of fun, like it's a wee glimpse and a wee insight. But there's a lot of shite also goes on, and boring admin and stress and like a lot of pressure and different factors that I don't think everybody should be working around the clock and hustling and grinding and aiming to be a boss bitch, because that you have to live. You have to have time to actually just live your life.
And every job has, like, so my best friend's a social worker, and she loves her job and she does really great work, obviously. And then she'll text me and go, fuck, I have an admin day today. It's the worst part of it. And she'll spend, like, she loves going out on calls and speaking to people and trying to improve their lives and trying to help people who need help. And then she's like, I'll have to spend 9 hours today filling in paperwork and doing all this shit stuff. It's not just going out and helping everybody. It's also going home and filling out all of the bloody forms. But before we finish too, I just want to say about like how, like this week, Rocky was sick again. He gets like a chest infection once a month. And Sean and I were really knackered from like work stuff already. And then we literally got no sleep that night. We were in with him every 15 minutes. One of us were just taking turns like ping pong out of the room all night. Absolutely exhausted the next day. And this is what happens when two people are exhausted and living together. And I had to turn around to Sean first thing in the morning at breakfast and go, today's going to be shit. As like a coach pep talking at the side of the football pitch.
The opposite of a coach.
It's like, we are going to be grumpy shits today. We're going to be naggy at each other. We're going to bite at each other. I'm going to hate everything you do. You're going to hate everything I do. You're going to breathe in my presence and I'm going to get annoyed at it. Nothing you do is going to be right today for me. Nothing I do is going to be right for you. But we're on the same team, and we have to remember we're just exhausted from last night. Yeah. So bear that in mind when we just get so annoyed today at each other. And it really helps to dress in the fact that we're going to be so grumpy all day.
It's gonna be like that.
And then we're all like, okay, we're gonna be grumpy bastards today. And then whenever we did, we were just like, oh, what am I like?
The understanding's so important.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say that like there's no prizes for not looking after yourself.
Exactly.
Like, burnout is so real, and if you're burned out and you're taking on too much, you're actually not a pleasure to be around.
No.
Because when I take on too much, I'm a fucking bitch. And I know that Ben's probably at home or my mum or whatever and is like, would you ever fuck up? Like, you're actually not wise.
Yeah.
And I'm doing it to myself because I take on too much.
You as well, your job, when it comes to makeup, you can't just be like, you know what, I need a wee day off. You book these things 2 years in advance.
I know.
So that's very difficult to manage.
Yeah.
It's not a normal job. That's in your diary for like 2 years, really.
Yeah.
You can't change it. That's it. So if you have to pre-plan your breaks.
I know, but then I take it out more so on the people that care about me, because I don't have a choice but to be nice to people.
Yes.
Not that Jesus Christ, you book me for your wedding, I am actually loving life. Like, I do enjoy my job. It's more so like if I am already taking on too much and I go home and I'm tired,
you've spent your mental energy that day.
Like, my social battery has been used up, and it's just not good enough.
I went through a phase of proper burnout, and I can't remember when it was, but I was doing loads of podcasting at the time as well. And I remember Sean saying to me one time, he was like, you'll go on a podcast and you'll be so chirpy and chatty and happy and laughing and cracking jokes and whatever else, and you'll come home and you're dead behind the eyes the rest of the night. And I was like, my job is to try and be happy and upbeat, and that's really part of the job. And when I go on to do a podcast, you can just turn it on and be that sort of upbeat person. And he's like, I know, but then I'm getting this version of you in the house.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what Ben's been dealing with me for the last few weeks to a month. Like, I just get home and I can't. Like, I can hardly speak. I'm really grumpy. He knows. Like, I'm really busy and I'm tired and I'm burnt out, and he's so friggin' amazing. Like, he'll feed me and run me a bath and give me a glass of Prosecco. Like, he's so good, but he's not getting the best of me, which is why, again, it's so important on this holiday that I properly switch off and actually like remind my husband I'm quite nice to be around sometimes. But it's having someone who does understand that, because it's not fair.
I know.
And our jobs are performative. We talked about this in a past podcast, but yeah, when you let yourself get to that point, you all know I am currently hanging on by the finest of threads. Like, I'm not very okay at the minute. So yeah, I think it's important having friends who you can offload onto and who understand that. A husband, a partner, someone at home who can like
support system,
accept that and support you. But you also need to have the self-awareness to go, something needs to change here. A wee break, a wee reset.
Marriage, like, you going away in this holiday, like, not what I mean specifically for your marriage, but for everyone's marriages as well. When you're living such busy lives, having those resets, it's like, do you know, they're like the audio you see on like the TikTok videos or Instagram videos, and it's like falling in love again and again and falling in love and again and again. It's like you're meant to just go in, fall in love with each other again,
exactly.
and come back a wee bit refreshed to take the world on again.
And remember, this is why you're working. This is why you work mental hours and never switch off, to go on a nice holiday, to have a nice dinner out. Like, what are we at if we're on that carousel non-stop?
we understand each other's jobs because we all work sort of in similar
Yeah.
jobs. But even like if I'm in the hospital, like I look at nurses and stuff and I'm like, how do you switch off?
Oh,
Don't even.
Even teachers, like there's so many people that I run into in a week that I just think like, how are you switching
do you
off?
cope?
Like,
Aye.
how do you go from this environment to home?
Yeah.
and
Special
deal
type
with
of people
kids
in,
and-
in certain jobs.
Oh my
Like
God,
you have to be
totally.
able to just go.
I
I'm
lived
left.
beside a woman in my last street, and she worked in NICU with like sick newborn babies, and I was just like, you are the most important person I know.
The best of us.
Oh,
Like,
I was like, what the
100%.
hell? Like, how do you come home and not just like bring that? I mean, you
Yeah.
couldn't not bring that home. Like, you're sacrificing all of your energy and well-being
Yeah.
for all those other people, and you know that's amazing. And you wonder, it's like those are the people that really deserve a trip to the Maldives and to go on
Yeah.
holidays and to be have respite, and they don't get it more than anyone else.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's
They
so
get the least
true.
of it.
I also, on the flip side of that, think that like there's this thing about burnout that people be like, you wouldn't know burnout if it hit you in the face, but it's like your burnout is to you. It's
Yeah.
about your
Aye.
life. It's about what you're used to. It's about what you're not used to. Like for me,
Yeah.
like burnout can look completely different to what you experience. It depends on your brain.
Yeah.
So if people turn around to you and be like, "She you only work in a fucking whatever," like, what do you mean
Aye.
you're burned out? It's in your fucking brain.
Do you know Kieran Bartlett, the comedian? I remember I was filming a thing with him weeks after I had Rocky, and we were sat and we were eating something. He went, "Oh, geez, I am knackered today," and then he froze and he looked at me, and I went, "Kieran, you're allowed to be knackered in your
Aye.
life.
You're allowed to be tired.
You don't have to apologize to me because I get less sleep than you. You
And
could be
own
you could be
tiredness.
more tired than me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's fine."
Yeah.
Anyway, on that note, I think we're finished this week. It's
Yes.
been an absolute pleasure and therapeutic.
Thanks so much for listening, everybody.
I feel relaxed.
I don't know
I'm not
what I
burnt
feel.
All burnout is gone.
Something. Yeah, thank you so much for joining us. Look after yourself, and we will catch you in the next one.
Bye.
See ya.
Ciao.